Hello everybody, my name is KingStix and welcome back to another coaching video. Today we're going to be looking at a bronze Ahri main. Let's get right into it. Thorn Ring 2 pot is a great start. So before you even go into lane, you should already have a strategy. So you have a Nocturne jungle, so you should know already that you're not going to get many ganks, if any, before level 6. And you see they have a Maokai jungle. If Maokai ganks you and he snares you before you can get under your turret range, you're probably gonna die because they have a fair amount of damage. So you're at least gonna have to blow a flash and you still might die. So you need to figure out where he is. After you get a push on the lane, you really should get a ward over here. You can see everything. So if it comes from this way, this way, this way. So then you can hug this right side. So you can just play in this area right here. And if he does come from here, you'll see it on the mini map. You can run away. And even if he comes from here, you'll see it through your minions, or you can just run this way. In general though, you want to hug the side of where you ward. All right, let's see how you play the lane. So coming into it, against a Karthus, you can't get too much harass off on at level 1. He can actually out trade you a bit, but I'd like to see you get a little bit of a push on the wave. Focus on those last hits. That's the second minion missed. See, that was a good trade. You got a Q and auto attack. I liked it, but you really need to be getting your minions. Okay, so we got another one. Okay, at this point, you're missing quite a bit of minions. You need to try to focus on landing your last hits. So you might need to slow down, stop auto attacking nonstop because that can make you miss them. For some people, it helps. For some people, it hurts. Also, another thing to help you land your auto attack before it gets killed, the closer you are to the minion, the less travel time your auto attack has to travel, so your auto attack will get there faster. So if you're auto attacking from all the way over here, it's going to be harder to time it. If you get closer, you can auto attack them easier. Okay, you need to be looking on your minimap. Apparently your Nocturne jungle is over here. I'm not quite sure why. He's only level 2, only has his red buff, but he is over here. Since your jungler is all the way over here, you should be trying to shove out mid, because as it is, Karthus, if he sees him, or if Maokai's over here, Karthus can just roam down here and fuck him before you can get to him. What you're going to want to do is shove in this wave really hard, hit it with your Q, pull it back, farm it out, and shove your minions into his turret. That way, if he does leave, he'll miss out on a bunch of minions, and most likely he won't, because he's not willing to give up your minions. Alright, so on the minimap right now, you should still be focused on farming, so it looks like you are trying to push it out a bit, which is fine. Get closer to auto attack it, like I said, so you don't miss it. And you see he is over here. I'm surprised it worked out that way. That's really good though. I guess he saw him going there because he warded it. So at this point, just keep focusing on farming. Nocturne actually could come up and maybe gank, but it's kind of weird right now, so just focus on the farming. Poking out a Karthus doesn't really work, so at this point, since you are level 3, now you can start poking him down since you have your charm and all of your abilities, especially whenever your Thunderlords is up, is a really good time for you to start poking him, especially since you're trying to conserve mana and play around the Nocturne ganks. Whenever your Thunderlords up is a good time to start going after him. So what I would do, get a slight minion push in your advantage, so start hitting the wave a little bit with like a Q, because if you don't have a single minion advantage, it's hard to poke them because, for example, if you wanted to hit him now, his minions would all turn on you, and you take a lot of damage. That's good. That was a good poke. You way out traded him there. Great use of your auto attacks. You also got off your Thunderlord's proc. Now that you got off your Thunderlord's proc, you don't have to focus too much on using your spells on him, since you won't be able to get off another Thunderlord's proc with your Q, for example. So now if you are poking him, I would highly suggest hitting with auto attacks, and if you do feel comfortable, you could go in for a spell combo. Whenever your minions are getting lower on HP, for example, like that one, you need to be looking at what minions his minions are attacking. So you would have seen that they were focusing this minion when it was about half HP. You need to be stepping up with it, and whenever he goes to hit it, since you know he's going to try since it's getting lower on HP, you need to hit him back with at least an auto or hit him with a Q. He should be doing the same thing to you. So for example, when you went to hit that one, he should have hit you with an auto or a spell. And when you go for this one, he should hit you. And when he goes for this one, you should hit him. It's just how trading works. So, same thing. He went for those. You didn't punish him. You're going to go for these, and he's not going to punish you. It's easier for you to punish him since you have CC and more burst than him. So you need to take advantage of this. So right now he's going for this one. I would probably hit him with a charm. I'd angle it maybe slightly this way if I think he's going to juke. If I don't think he's going to juke, I would just send it right this way. Because if you hit him with the charm into Q, keep stepping forward and hit him with autos. If he turns around, you're going to kill him. So he'll have to run without getting any trade-off, and then you'll win the lane that way. And now stay on him, because you know the turret range is about like right here. So just don't step past this. You can get closer and keep autoing him. If he turns on you, look, he's so low on health that if he goes to legitimately trade spells, you can just blow him up with your E. Just hit him with a charm at this point. And look, he's lining himself up against the wall. If he moves to this point, even if you take a turret shot, that's fine. You have Ignite, you got Flash, you got everything. So even if you take 2 or 3, you're still fine. So just keep walking up, hit him with autos, and he's lined himself up against the wall. So if you throw out your charm, he can't juke this way. And if he jukes straight at you, he's going to get hit. If he moves this way, he's going to get hit. And the turret's blocking him. So if you throw a charm down this alley right here, it's a guaranteed hit. So follow him in. He might try to trick you by moving back and forth along this section to get you to throw out a bad charm. So just keep walking up, hit him with autos until he moves this way, and then you can throw in your charm. Guaranteed kill, unless he flashes. Good auto attack there. So you laid your ward right here. That's actually not a great spot. What you want to do is lay your wards over this wall. It gives you a lot more warning. It'll also let you know if you're going to get ganked from here. This in general is the better spot to ward. However, if you do get a pink ward, you're supposed to lay it in the back of this bush. It's very safe. This enemy mid laner typically can't touch it since it's so far up. And the jungler, if they do break it, well, you had vision of them, so it was worth. Good. And you need to shove in this wave, or whenever he goes up to hit a minion. Like I said, you need to punish him. You are out CSing him a little bit, which is good. So at this point, you shoved it up. He has a little bit more HP because he uses potions and he's leveled up. So you need to be patient. Unless you were level 6, there's no point in really shoving this to turret because you can't kill him. That was a good poke there. So now that he is low on health, now you can all in him. It doesn't matter if you take a couple of turret shots. So finish shoving this in. Especially since Nocturne's in their jungle, getting a good shove on this will be very nice. Okay, so he backed because he realized you can kill him with just one more spell. So just shove, yeah, hit everything, very good. Get off a ward. The ward honestly wasn't necessary until you saw Karthus. So since he did teleport, it worked out in the end, but until you see Karthus teleport or move, there's really no point in warding it. It's not like he can kill you. Maokai can't kill you one-on-one. Okay, you need to be looking at your experience. So you're about to hit level 6. You need to figure out how many more minions you need to kill before you're level 6, and then you can possibly all in him or kill him. So right about now, try to poke him down because you're about to be 6, and then you can all in him. So I would step up, pressure him. If he lines himself up on here, it's a really easy charm because he can't juke into the tower or into this wall. He's got to move along this straight path right here. So I would try to get some pressure on him. Missed Q. I haven't seen you do a EQ combo yet, I don't think. That's where most of your damage is going to come from. EQs and autos. Alright, so you're level 6. There's no reason. You've been level 6 for a while ahead of him. There's no reason why you should be playing passive right now. He has no real damage yet because he doesn't have items. Also, you have your ultimate and he doesn't. So you need to be pushing up past your minions up here. There's no reason to push the wave at this point unless you were going to roam. Only reason why you push a wave on someone who's a lower level than you is to potentially dive them, but he's full health. So what you would do at this point, if you want to shove this, shove it in, roam bot, you're level 6 to level 4 and get some kills. Or if you do want to kill Karthus, don't shove the wave, leave it here, push up past your minions, like be next to his, and keep him off the CS. Since you are level 6, so I would like to see you roam. Okay, now he's level 6, so even though you got your ultimate first, that advantage is wasted. And Karthus can apply pressure to other lanes just by pressing R. Since he's not willing to fight you, what I would like to see you do is just shove out lane. because you don't quite have an understanding of how much turret pressure you can take and when killing him. So just shove out lane and roam. People in lower elo don't respect roam. So now look, your minions are all the way back here. That means his minions are all the way back here. His minions mirror your minions. So yours are at the second turret right here. That means his are at the second turret right here. That means what you need to do, you're not even going to have any minions to kill since they're back here. So what you need to do is leave. Just go gank. Go gank bot right now. Like I said, they're not even level 6. They're easy kills. You can leave through here to gank them. This is a good route. Or if you're playing it safe because you're scared of the enemy jungler, you can just run down river and get them. It's up to you. But ideally, you don't want him to see. So after you kill these minions, you would walk over here. You decide if you want to go this way or this way from here. That way Karthus wouldn't see you, so these ways right here. But right now, staying with these 3 minions isn't really going to do anything. Because look, you're waiting, you're not doing anything, you're waiting, not doing anything. Bunch of time wasted. Okay, some more waiting, not doing anything. Once again, your minions are back here. That means his minions are back here as well. So you need to be roaming. Your roams are disgusting since you have so many dashes on your ult. And like, whenever he pushed up like that, I noticed you're hitting him with a Q, which is great. I would like to also see you throw out a charm into Q, because if you charm him, guaranteed your Q is going to land. You seem to be very content with just farming. Okay, he steps up for no reason. You all in him. Oh, that's great. You accidentally auto-attack the turret. That's just a mistake. I'm not going to be like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. That's kept in hindsight. That was a good all-in. I'm glad you went for it. Good ignite. You do still have flash. Since you know his ultimate was down, you didn't have to worry too much about the turret, and you didn't have to flash out. Good play overall. Good job. I'm proud of you. So now you have a couple of options. You just backed. Whenever you back is actually a really good time to go gank a lane. Because in Karthus's mind, he's like, oh, Ahri just backed, she'll be coming to lane. So what you can do right now is go gank. They have no way of knowing where you are right now. So I would probably come bot lane, use the plant and gank. I realize your ultimate isn't up, but you have flash. You can easily flash charm and get a kill with your bot lane. Because once again, going mid is a bit of a waste of time. Especially in this AD carry meta. So you're here, he's not really willing to trade with you. Shove out lane and roam. I would like to see you roam from base though. That would have been really nice. Another thing what it does, if you would have roamed from base, Karthus would have probably, since there would have been no one to contest these minions, he would have pushed up. He would have been around this area, and then Nocturne could have even ganked, and you could have came and killed him since Karthus was going to be pushed up so far. Doing your best to CS. You really do need to work on that. Whenever you have a lane advantage, you need to have at least 20 CS up on them. You don't even quite have 10. And since you've been dominating him this whole lane phase, I would have expected you to see with at least 20 more CS at this point in the game, because there was a lot of pressure on him to farm and there was a lot less pressure on you. So that's just basic mechanics in farming. I recommend going into a custom and practicing, or just being a little bit more focused in general. Okay, so you're all inning him. It's going good. Your ultimate is up. I would like to see you all in him. I guess you're going to wait for your charm to come up. You pushed out a little bit there. You see Maokai. Now, that charm was okay. I probably wouldn't have bothered, because if you were to see, he only has tier 2 boots, so you could have ran a little bit away first, but it works out. You end up burning your ultimate, which is fine. You didn't really have to, but you did. Okay, so now that your ultimate was down and Maokai was over here, it was actually really dangerous to go in on Karthus. Whenever your ultimate is down and the jungler was like right here, try to avoid all-inning them, because you have no way of really getting away. Your time to all-in Karthus was before Maokai was here or while your ultimate was up. Oh, great, you killed him. Good Q. You knew the range of your Q, you threw it from where you were. That was great. You're going, looks like, for your Merle and Nomicon. So, like I said, you need to be getting out of lane as much as possible since you are ahead, and get your other laners ahead. Even if you make Karthus 0 and 10, it won't be that valuable since you're not helping your other lanes. So right now, from base, like I said, I'd like to see you go down bot or top. It's just up to you, whichever one you feel like you get a kill. I feel like you'd have a better chance of getting a kill going bot lane since it is Vayne Leona, lots of CC. Coming back in the lane, since you already have a bunch of minions, you're going to want to shove this in to get your minions killed on his turret. Good Q push. Yep. You warded, like I said, ward over here. It gives you more time and more actual vision. This only lets you know if they're ganking from this direction. If you were to lay it here, you can know if they're ganking you from here. You know if they're coming from here and ganking you from here. This is bad because it only lets you know from one direction. This gives you 2, possibly 3 if they're ganking from here. Okay, looking back at it. Did a nice shove on it. You need to be keeping track of Nocturne's ultimate and when it's up. Whenever his ultimate is up, you guys need to coordinate, be like, okay, ult. Right when he presses ult, you need to ult in on Karthus. You need to get closer whenever Nocturne's about to ult right on him into basically melee and charm him. Because when you're like touching him, it's basically impossible to miss. Considering this is bronze, your farm isn't too bad, but like I said, if you're going to have lane pressure, it's kind of wasted even if you have it, if you're not properly out farming them. Okay, you threw out charm. That wasn't bad. I'm glad to see you trying. Try to hit the full wave with your Q. You threw it out a little early and a little messy. So he's lower on health than you. He's lower level. And he's missing about 1/3 of his health. You have your ignite and ult up, so it'd be a good idea to ult in him right here, especially when right when he goes for this minion, because you know he's going to go for it. You threw out a great charm, hit him with the tip of your Q. I will say, you're very impressive at hitting people with the tip of your abilities. That's very good. But if you ult forward first, then throw out your ability, so immediately R into your EQ, you'll have a lot better chance of landing it. Because whenever you hit them with the tip, they could easily dodge it by moving left or right. They have more time to react. It has to travel farther. But if you were to ult forward, they have much less time to react to it. So just think about that in the future. But I'm glad you did go for the kill there. Well played. Now, since he is dead, I would like to see you shove out this lane and make him miss a cannon wave. You can do it really easily with your Q. Especially since he had over a 20-second respawn. Okay, finally, you're roaming from base. I'm glad to see it. So here we are. I don't know if you're going to go back mid, though. Okay, looks like you're going back mid anyways. I can't... It looks like you're waiting. Nocturne ults. This Nocturne is putting in a lot of work, I'll say that much. He's pretty good. Definitely play around this Nocturne since he is so fed. If you Nocturne going on somebody together, there's no way you can't kill them. Shoving out wave. And look at this. One of the easiest times, like I said, to land skill shots is when they're down this aisle right here because they gotta walk forward or backward. They can't juke at all. Another great area is when they're on the turret right here because its hitbox is blocking a lot. So you could throw out a step up a little bit, change your angle to right here. If you were right here and you threw out your charm, boop, he'd have pretty much nowhere to juke to. He would have to juke this way. If he juked anywhere else, you would hit him. So you hit him with an auto. Not a good trade. You don't want to trade an auto for a turret shot in this case since he's full health. Okay, you hit him with a solid combo. Should have ulted a lot sooner than that. You go back in on him. Great. He's using his ult way too soon. In that situation, assuming this Karthus wasn't bad, he wouldn't have ulted that soon. He would have backed off then ulted. Whenever you were that low on health, you should have stayed close enough to where right when he throws out a Q, you ult on him, hit him. You wait until he throws out another one, you do the same thing. Because whenever you start backing up this far, if he was smart, he'd walk the other way. So you want to stay close enough to where you can get to him and use your ultimate to dodge his Qs whenever he does try to hit you. Because what you did was very risky because if he would have backed away, you would have been guaranteed dead. Alright, good job though. Getting a Banshee's Veil would honestly be really good against their team. It'd help you against the Rakan, the Varus ult, his ult, the Maokai ult or engage, Scion, etc. So going a Banshee's Veil would be a pretty good choice second item. You don't have to though. So far your items do look great. Like I said, I'd like to see a roam from base, especially since you are fed. Getting this first turret gold is going to be significant. Now you're really far ahead, but look where you are. Scion's dead, and you don't know where Maokai is, and you see their bot lane. So right now, you need to get vision in their jungle over here so you can hug this right side, or get vision in their jungle over here so you can hug your left side. But as it is, Maokai could be coming up behind you right now and you wouldn't know it. So you're in a bit of a dangerous situation right now. You don't want to be here. And if you didn't have a ward, another good option if you didn't have a ward would be to, oh, I still want to do something. So you could come gank bot lane. That way you're not lingering here and risking getting ganked. That'd be another viable option. But staying right here without warding is putting you in a lot of danger. Okay, so at this point, that was a great ult. He hit you with the slow. Maokai threw down ult. You really needed to ult to get out of there. You've been guaranteed dead. If you didn't, you ult again. I would go to the plant. Okay, you get away. That was worth. Blowing your ult for Maokai's ult isn't a bad trade. Like I said, you do need to get a ward in that area. He could be coming up behind you right now. Shove out the wave. Okay, whenever you do that, wait till the wave's on you like this. Walk up till you're almost walked past this minion, then throw out your Q while these rest are walking up to hit all of them. You're throwing out your Q a little too soon and you're missing a lot of the backline minions. If you're having trouble doing that, wait till the minions end up like this. Wait till they collapse if you're having trouble hitting them in a line. Get up right here, hit them all with your Q. You don't want to have to be using 3 and 4 Qs to clear out a wave. But look, you hit most of the minions, that's solid. Get another turret, very impressive. Like I said, you need to ward. It could be coming up behind you from here or here, you wouldn't know. Okay, you all in him, you don't quite get him. The all in's really smart though since you are so far ahead. Well played. Maokai goes in on you, you get away. Arthur's ult gets a kill. Okay, let's see what you do. You keep going back mid, especially now since you have the 2 turrets. There's no point of really being here. You need to group with your team and get the enemy outer turrets. Bot lane outermost turret is still here, so definitely need to roam bot. You're gonna stay mid. You have the mentality of a Tryndamere or Nasus split pusher. As an Ahri, you don't want that to be your mentality. In lane, you want to try to shove in wave, get kills if you can, and then at level 6, if you can kill your laner, do it. If you don't think you can, you need to roam. But you don't want to be staying in lane this much. Typically not a good strategy. Since this is lower elo, you can get away with it. Like, for example, if you were golden up, you would have gotten collapsed on and killed 30 seconds ago. But since it's not, you can stay and do whatever you want. Arthas is going in on you. He's a goofball. Once your ult is up, you'll be able to blow him up. About wave. That's fine. Poking him down a little bit is okay. What's happening on the minimap? You need to be looking at what's going on. So they're going to get a kill there. You know you didn't need to go. You're level 14. That's pretty crazy. They have level 11s and 12s and you're level 14. You're 4 levels up on your bot lane. Holy crap. It's from staying in lane. Alright, this game's actually wrapping up really nicely. The only thing you guys have to do to win is you and Nocturne basically one-shotting Varus or Karthus and it's an insta-win. Really easy to do together though. Hey, Nocturne's even building the right items. I like it. You got the Duskblade instead of Youmuu's. Duskblade on Nocturne's a lot stronger because of the burst. Youmuu's isn't quite as good. Alright, so you finally roam. I'm glad to see it. A very valuable aspect. You end up having an ult away, which is fine. Your teammates are still in here. You probably shouldn't back up that far and you should stay at a distance to where you can still help them. Here, I would wait in the bush and to taunt him. Okay, that's fine. So right now you guys are kind of chicken fighting in their jungle. You want to avoid that as much as possible and do fights around objectives like Baron and Dragon. Your ult's going to be coming up here pretty soon. Coming up here is dangerous, like I said. You don't have that much vision. They could come up and make you waste your ultimate. Is Ahri, you want to avoid being out of position because then you have to waste your ultimate to get away. Try to stay in position. That way, when you can get a kill or catch somebody out, your ultimate is up for that. Because if your ultimate isn't up on Ahri, you can't really get a pick. It's very difficult. It really requires a flash or an ultimate. I would have ulted first. Ulting then charming is a lot easier because you can position properly. Using charmed Q is more difficult without using your ult first. Ult on him. He flashed away. That was fine. Getting away from him was fine. That flash was okay. Don't know why you're walking through him there. You could have just walked the other way. So in this situation, you don't have ult and you're kind of low on health, so there's no point in really staying, especially since this turret is so hard to get to since it's really deep in enemy territory. I would probably get my health and work on these two turrets at this point. You want to break the outer turrets first before you start working on the inner turrets. So you're overstaying, you're like half health, less than half health. No point in really staying, like I said. End up getting a kill because Rakan's retarded. Alright, get Scion. They're also retarded. Okay. Since Karthus did DC, walking up and taking this even though you're low on health is fine. As you saw him DC just like a minute ago. Getting inhibitor as a team, that's great. No one else is really grouping yet. I don't know why Shen isn't here or Vayne isn't here. I guess Shen can just split push and ult in, but Vayne really should be over here. I would back. Great. Get your items. Get back out here. And since Karthus has DC'd, you got mid inhibitor. I would highly recommend you guys doing Baron right about now. Baron would be really easy to do. Okay, Karthus is back in. Okay, I would not Baron at this point. But you guys do need to group. You're up here by yourself. Dangerous. You're going to force yourself in a situation where you're going to have to burn your ultimate. You only see Rakan and Scion on the mini-map. Shen's going to come up behind him. Good taunt. I would have waited a little bit longer. You charmed him pretty much right immediately when he got taunted. Wait a little bit. That way you don't waste your CC. Because you canceled his taunt essentially to start your charm. Okay. You're really fed. Don't be a pussy. Come in here and kill him. I would ult right into him. So you're right here. Immediately ult. You'll be about right here and hit him with the taunt. Blow him up. So you missed taunt. You should have used your ultimate. If you guys would have killed him, you definitely could have gone Baron right now. Gonna break down turret. It's fine. I'd like to see you step up. You have a lot of kill pressure with your ultimate. No point in being right here. Your teammate's behind you and you're breaking the turret. You should be over here, or at least right here, attacking the turret so you can step up and blow someone up. You're really far ahead and you're playing like you're behind right now. You need to play like you're the stuff. Once again, you have your ultimate. He's level 13, you're level 16, you're hella fed. Ult right on him, beat his ass. So I would ult, activate my W, auto attack, and then after he used his dash, then I would ult onto him and use the EQ. That way you don't risk missing. So you ult. I would have thrown out my Q until I landed my E, to be honest, because you keep missing your Qs. So you saved your E, there's no point. Once you ult right on him, hit him with the charm, then W. There's no point in using Q first, then your E. What? Okay, a little bit of an overstay. Really low on health. Since your ultimate was down, it wasn't the best idea to do that. You can't really do impressive plays like that unless your ultimate is up. Okay, Karthus gets you. Very unfortunate. Bloodthirster on Nocturne, huh? That's interesting. Nocturnal is up. And you're over here. You guys need to coordinate a kill on Varus. You can do it instantly if you use your ultimate. I'd like to see that. So here you pussied out. He's teleport coming in. I probably would have ult, and gotten him, but you're going to play it safe. And I don't know why you're really coming top right now. I guess you want to get the wave. In general, though, I'd like to see you get a pick and then go do Baron, but I guess you're just going to play it safe. So Rakan's here. Go all in him. You're level 16. You got a Rabadon for Pete's sake. Go blow him up. He went AP apparently. He has like some weird items. Nocturne ults him. He didn't get off his fear. He got out of it. And he gets away. Whatever. He had to blow all this stuff. Okay, at this point, you already have this wave pushed. You can come over here and do Baron. Vayne isn't with you, so it's going to be difficult. So I guess doing this is fine. You really need to get your team to group, though. Mid inhibitor is open. I would highly recommend you guys going there and taking it down. You need to look at the enemy team. The only people you can one-shot on the enemy team are the Karthus, the Varus, and the Rakan. So whenever they step up and they're out of line, you need to punish them and show them you're the boss. That's what you do when you're a Fed as Ahri. So here, you saw him blow all of his stuff earlier, so you need to ult on him. Ult, activate your W, ult on him again in point blank range, and then charm him. You can't miss point blank. So you don't go on him, I don't know why. You run past him, you let him get away. Going for the inhibitor. Okay, so you do attack him, but you don't use your ultimate. You happen to get lucky, land charm, you Q and W. So now you use your ultimate. You seem to only want to use your ultimate whenever you're getting away for the most part. You still have your ult up. You have like 1 or 2 more dashes. I would like to see you use it. Alright. So you chose not to use your ultimate when you still had a charge or 2 up. That would have helped you out a lot in your positioning and avoiding Karthus damage. You lingered standing still multiple times to cast spells and auto attacks in the Karthus, so you took a lot of damage. Very unfortunate. Whenever Karthus is dead and you're standing on top of it, try to get out of it, first of all. Get out of the circle because you take damage. You can Q past this circle. But in general, try not to stand still while you're in it because it will make it really easy for him to tear you up. Vayne's only level 14. Maokai's gonna kill her. It's kind of funny. He got 2 levels up in a Thornmail. What? Okay, so he gets him. That's not surprising. Yay. You guys have a massive lead. I'd like to see you use it. Granted, the kills are close because only really you, Nocturne, and Shen have any of the kills. So whenever someone is out of position, if you're going to win this game, you need to really punish them for it. Your ultimate and flash are both up. You start on Baron. Now is actually not a good time to Baron. Vayne's dead, so you guys are technically fighting 4v5. And you don't see any of them on the map other than Rakan, and he's contesting you. So Baron is actually a really bad idea about now. Only do Baron when you have a man advantage or 2 or more inhibitors. 1 inhibitor isn't enough if they're all still alive and they're tied in gold, essentially. So you're dead. Luckily, he didn't get the kill. You're going to shove out wave while you're waiting for him to come back up. Shoving is fine. You see them going in on your team. Be very careful. They have a man advantage since Nocturne is dead. Try to get a kill if you can, but don't sacrifice your life to get a kill. So here, ult right on him. If you ult right on him right now, there's no way in hell you're going to miss your charm. So ult, charm W, Q, and he really should be dead. At that point, you might need to do 1 more spell. You end up walking, you end up ulting away, it's whatever. You're not taking advantage of the fact that you're super fed though. I don't know why Maokai went in on that, that's crazy. You guys can kite them really hard because they were all melee, so they're just walking around while you guys have a turret to stand under. Holy shit! The Karthus ult just killed multiple of you. You really need a Banshee's Veil to take some less magic damage because his ult is doing like half your health. Yeah, that's tough. Okay, that was a great charm. You timed it perfectly. You threw it out to help Vayne. It ended up working out. He flashed right into it. At this point, always charm Q, especially when you have a bunch of mana like this. Your Q is gonna would have done pretty much that much damage. It would have activated your Thunderlords and torn them up. So try to throw out the Q as well. You throw it out, you end up hitting all three. Great move. Your ultimate is up. I'd like to see you go back in. Okay, you go back in. You almost got out. When I say go back in, I don't want you to get into melee range. I would just want you to help Vayne without actually getting close enough for Maokai to snare onto you. There's nothing Nocturne can do here. He's got a Thornmail, so his Bloodthirster is essentially useless. Bloodthirster isn't that good of an item on Nocturne. Typically, you just go for just some straight up damage so you can one-shot people. This game is starting to slip really hard. Even though you guys have the dragons, I don't think you guys are going to win this at this current rate. I honestly don't know who wins. Okay, your ultimate is almost up. You don't charm him, you can't, oh geez. You can't CC him out of his ult. So just do your best to dodge it. Just cut really hard in one direction. So if he's coming like this, just cut hard. Or if he's coming from here, you'd cut hard this way. Q away, that's good. You almost got out of it. Your ultimate is up. I'd like to see you ult in and kill him. You whisked out a little bit though. Whenever someone's up by themselves and your abilities are up, you need to find opportunities to kill them. Because if you're always backing away whenever they're low on HP and your ult is up, you're never going to win. Charm, you Q, that's good. Now, if he ults, you're dead. You're going to need a locket or something. Yep. Banshee's Veil would have been great, or even if you went Hourglass, Hourglass would have been a viable choice. After you had your Morellonomicon and your sorcery shoes, getting a locket, getting an Hourglass or a Banshee's Veil would have been great, because as you can see, Karthus' ult's going to kill you pretty much every fight. And their team's really tanky. Considering the fact that your Vayne is pretty bad, there's almost no way for you guys to kill a tank unless you stay alive in a fight. You're the only way you guys can kill a tank if you stay alive in a fight, because you have a bunch of AP and true damage. Vayne's really bad, she's going to die. And Nocturne can't really fight them since he's melee. He's going to get brutalized. So you guys have like no way to kill Maokai right now. If you're alive though, you do a lot of damage. I don't know what Nocturne's gonna do. I guess if they CC him enough, that's impressive. I think this inhibitor is gonna be tough before Karthus gets back. Alright, let's watch it from your perspective. You're going bot, pick up a huge wave. I guess that's fine since you weren't gonna be able to get to mid in time. Now you need to look. Karthus is dead, but you lost 3 teammates, so you need to be very careful in what you do next. If you die, you could potentially cost the whole game. So if you can get a kill, get it. Otherwise, just do your best to defend turret without dying or blowing summoners. Vayne rolls right into Scion Q. I don't know if she's intentionally trolling. It kind of looks like it. Good charm and Q. You're level 18. Good lord. Oh boy. So you left mid. You really should have stayed here. I mean, I know you're trying to save this turret, but this Vayne's retarded, so you really should have stayed here. Just try to save her and protect the turret. They're going in. Good charm. Stay on him. Unfortunate knockup. Yeah, you're doing a good job so far. Now you're stepping up a little bit too far at this point since your charm and stuff are down. Step up a little bit too far into the Karthus. But other than that, you did step up way too far into the Karthus when your charm was down. But other than that, when you're over here like fighting the tanks, you're doing a really good job at staying out of the kill box. So you die again. Try to get a locket to avoid that Karthus. At this point in the game, everyone should really have a full build. Therefore, the advantages you created early game aren't really going to matter at this point, unfortunately. Man, Shen went Frozen Mallet. He's not fucking around. He's really trying to get them kills. Frozen Mallet, Wit's End. Holy crap. He went like anti-tank build, so they way overstay. Should ping them back. Whenever they're by themselves like that down here, and you can't see any of the enemies and they're all alive, you should probably ping them away, because they're basically committing suicide. Alright, you're finally going for the Hourglass. I'm glad to see it. Your ultimate is up. Karthus was by himself. You probably could have one-shot him there. He does have Hourglass, so never mind. Probably not. Go in on him. He's by himself. You can see Karthus and Rakan on the minimap right now. So whenever someone's squishy is out by themselves, it's up to you to kill them. So you end up going in. Luckily, Nocturne basically takes care of it. You need to try to kill Karthus if you can. He's a huge damage threat. Kill him without standing in his dead body. Okay, now back out, back out. Okay, good. Okay, you stayed alive in the fight. That's great. Look, 3 of them are dead. 2 of you are dead. This is one of the best fights you guys have done this far. Now, what you need to do is, I'd say you and Leona come over here and try to break their inhibitor, and then if Eris comes, you kill him, because he's going to be spawning in. But it looks like you want it back. You guys aren't really getting any progress, because after kills, you're not really doing anything with it. Okay, now stay on him. You have Aurelia's. He's literally a support who has goofy items. You could easily solo him. Don't be afraid of him. Whenever you're stronger than someone, don't run away from them. Make them run away from you. Good charm, Q, stay on him. I don't know why you're afraid of him. Meh. Unfortunate. Okay, 2 of your teammates just died because they were splitting up here. Nocturne goes in, try to get up a kill. It turns out they were waiting. Very unfortunate situation for Nocturne. Leona's gonna go in. Well, in this situation, you can't really take the inhibitor because you have 3 dead teammates. So being up here is pretty much just gonna get you killed or make you waste your ultimate. I would back off at this point. So it looks like you're gonna die. You didn't get the inhibitor. At that point, when they're behind you like that, I would have just finished off the inhibitor and taken my death. Now you're gonna die without getting the inhibitor. Oh, you're gonna get away? Oh shit, yeah, you're dead. Whenever you're guaranteed to die like that, you had to stop doing your Hourglass and they're all chasing you and you had like 100 HP. Just let it kill you. Don't waste your Hourglass. Because now when you spawn in, you're not gonna have it. Okay, they took Baron. They could have just ended the game. But I guess they're gonna take their time. Right now, Ahri, I wouldn't say she falls off late game, but once everyone has full builds, Ahri isn't as good. She relies on abusing people in the early and mid game with their ultimates and powerful roams. So at this point in the game, since it's gone so far, you don't really have an advantage. You're still good, but you're not way near as strong as you should be. Alright, just keep tossing in Qs and stuff in there. It's hard to move around in a team fight for you because Karthus' dead body really messes you up. So staying on the outside of the fight is okay. Since this is a 5v5 close team fight. Okay, you walk back into Karthus. Whenever Karthus is dead like that, you need to be ulting through him, around him. But walking through him is just going to get you killed every time. It looks like it's just a battle of tanks. Tanks are the only thing that are surviving. That's unfortunate. Your AD carry is really bad. This loss obviously isn't your fault. There's some things you could have done differently. But in general, I wouldn't say this loss is your fault. If I had to blame it on one person, I would blame it on Vayne, hands down. But if you would have played this differently, you definitely could have won it. Very winnable game. All right, I'm going to break down a few things, just going back over what we talked about. The main things I saw you do that were huge mistakes were whenever you were in lane, you'd have it pushed. You wouldn't have any minions, he wouldn't have any minions, but you would have a wave push to his turret, right? At that point, you didn't roam. You just like stay there and wait. You're wasting a lot of time, especially when you're level 6, you should be roaming. Also, you had a huge XP advantage on him because he went back and you had several waves die on his turret. In that case, you know you're going to hit level 6 before him. So look at your experience, figure out when you're going to hit 6, keep poking him, and right when you hit 6, level up your ultimate and ult in him. It's very easy. Whenever you go back to base after getting a kill or just recalling after pushing, go roam, because look, you can roam from base, he'll have no idea where you are. He won't even call MIA since you recalled. He'll just be like, oh, she's going to come back. So just roam, get a kill. You can take a turret and then come back, or get a kill and come back. It doesn't matter. Also, in the late game, whenever your ultimate's up, if a squishy steps up out of line, in this case, the squishy would be Karthus, Varus, or Rakan in the mid game, a lot of the time when they stepped up, you didn't ult them and punish them. You need to punch them for that shit. Don't let them get away with that. Don't let them be cheeky. You're really far ahead and really fed. Whenever your jungler is a damaged jungler like Nocturne, you need to try to be coordinating ganks with them to get objectives. I'd like to see you and Nocturne work together a little bit more. Other than that, it was overall solid. You did technically win lane. You didn't really spread out your advantage to any other lane. So I think that was overall your downfall. Bot lane just kind of didn't do anything because of that. They fell really far behind and Vayne was shit. You guys could have definitely taken some turrets. It was like 20 or 30 minutes into the game, the outer bot lane turret was still up. So that's a big problem. All right, and that is going to wrap up this video. If you guys want me to coach your replay, check down the description below for pricing and details. Everything you need to know will be there. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is KingStix, and I'll catch you guys next time.